These 10 products are so good, the women at your next reunion will corner you in the bathroom and demand answers. I mean that. I have spent 30 years as a makeup artist, watching women over 50 pile on the wrong foundation and wonder why they look older by noon. Today, that ends. I tested 10 anti aging products on my own 51-year-old skin, from a $9 drugstore primer to department store legends, and what I found stunned even me. One erases deep lines with a single press. One makes age spots disappear with one tap of a finger. One brightens tired eyes without a hint of creasing. And the last one? The last one is the reason strangers ask if I have had work done. It takes 15 years off your face, and it costs less than your moisturizer. Stay right here. We are going in the exact order these products go on your face, and I promise you the order is half the magic. So let's begin where every good face begins, and no, it is not foundation. Number 1. Charlotte Tilbury Magic Cream. Before a single drop of makeup touches your skin, you hydrate because mature skin is dry, and dry skin is where good makeup goes to die. When your skin is thirsty, everything you put on top cakes up and slides straight into your lines by noon. I have watched it happen on gorgeous women under studio lights, and it breaks my heart every time. So here is how I use this cream. I warm a small amount between my palms, then press it into the skin with flat hands. Not rubbing, not swiping, pressing. Cheeks, forehead, around the mouth. You are filling the skin with moisture the way you would water a dry garden before planting anything in it. Give it 2 minutes to sink in while you brush your teeth. When you come back, your face feels plump and cushioned, and suddenly everything that follows has a fighting chance. Number 2. The ELF Power Grip Primer. And yes, it really is $9. Ladies, if your makeup feels fine at 8 in the morning and looks cracked and patchy by 10, listen closely. That is not your skin failing, that is your base. Without something to hold on to, foundation and concealer separate on dry patches, gather in creases, and leave you looking tired by your first coffee break. This primer is a clear, sticky gel, and that tackiness is the whole point. It grips your makeup to your face like double-sided tape, the gentle kind. I smooth a thin layer over the center of the face, the cheeks, the chin, the forehead, and let it get tacky for about a minute. Department store primers 3 times the price do not grip like this little bottle from the drugstore aisle. On my 51-year-old skin, it is the difference between makeup that survives the day and makeup that gives up before lunch. Number 3. NYX Pore Filler. And this one is under $10 too. Now let's talk about texture, because after 50, most of us have some. Enlarged pores on the cheeks and nose, little rough patches, that orange peel look that makes foundation sit unevenly. This balm smooths all of it out like spackle for the skin, and I mean that as the highest compliment. The technique matters more than the product here. You press it into the areas that need it, the sides of the nose, the center of the cheeks, the chin. Never swipe it on, because swiping drags it out of the very pores you are trying to fill. Press it in with a fingertip and let it set for a moment. Now, when your foundation goes on later, it glides over a smooth surface instead of sinking into every little dip and divot. The camera cannot find pores that are not there anymore. Number 4. The Milk Makeup Blur Stick. And this is the one that erases deep lines with a single press. The forehead lines, the ones between your brows, the smile lines around your mouth. Most foundations dive straight into those grooves and settle in like they pay rent there, which makes every line look deeper by the afternoon. So we treat the deep lines before foundation ever arrives. I glide this stick directly along the forehead creases and around the eyes and mouth, then press it in with my ring finger until the surface goes soft and blurred, almost like someone smoothed a wrinkled bed sheet with a warm iron. It does not erase your face, and it should not. It simply fills the valleys so light stops casting little shadows in them. Shadows are what reddas age on camera and in person. Take the shadow away, and the line practically disappears on its own. Number 5. Maybelline Instant Age Rewind, the drugstore workhorse for discoloration and age spots. Here is where most women go wrong, and I say this with love. They see a few dark spots and respond by burying the entire face in full coverage foundation. That is how you end up with the dreaded mask effect, where the makeup is technically flawless and somehow adds 10 years. Spot concealing is the professional secret. I twist up a small amount of this concealer, dab it directly onto each age spot or patch of discoloration with my finger, and tap the edges until they melt into the surrounding skin. Tap, 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 never rub. The warmth of your finger does the blending for you. The spot vanishes, but the skin around it stays bare and real, so the whole face still looks like skin. Coverage where you need it, nothing where you don't. That is how makeup stays invisible. Number 6. L'Oreal Age Perfect Concealer, because the under eye area is its own country with its own rules. The skin there is the thinnest on your entire face, and it moves every time you blink, squint, or smile. Load a thick, heavy concealer under there, and it will crease into every fold within the hour, guaranteed. I have seen it ruin a bride's photos by the time she reached the reception. This formula is lightweight and flexible, made for skin that moves. And the application is one tap in the inner corner, right where the darkness lives, then blended outward with the lightest touch of the ring finger. Never drag it across the under eye because dragging tugs at delicate skin and pushes product into the creases you are trying to hide. One tap, feather it out, done. Your eyes look rested and nobody can tell there is anything on them at all. Number 7. NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer, and this is the brightening step, which is a different job from covering. Covering hides darkness, brightening bounces light, and light is what makes a face look awake and lifted. The trick with this one is restraint, and I know that is hard because this concealer is famous and the temptation is to use it everywhere. Don't. One small tap in the inner corner of each eye, patted in with a finger, never swiped. That tiny triangle of brightness opens the whole eye area, the way pulling back one curtain lights up a room. The radiant finish is why it works on mature skin. Matte concealers can look flat and chalky under the eyes, but this one keeps a soft glow that reflects light away from any shadows or fine lines. Less product, more light. If you remember one phrase from this entire video, let it be that one. Number 8. Bobbi Brown Pot Rouge, because a face without color is a face that looks tired, no matter how flawless the base is. But after 50, the rules of blush change. Powder blush sits on top of the skin, catches on any dryness, and drags the whole face down into that dusty, flat finish we are running from. Cream is the only way forward. This little pot melts on contact with your skin. I press one dab high on the cheekbone, not on the apple of the cheek where we all put it in the 80s, and I blend it upward toward the temple. High placement plus upward blending lifts the entire face, like a gentle little facelift you did with one finger in 10 seconds. The color looks like it is coming from inside the skin, a natural flush, not a stripe of product sitting on the surface. Number 9. Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Setting Spray, because yes, we set the makeup, but we do not powder it. I want you to hear me on this. A dusting of setting powder on young skin looks polished. The same powder on mature skin settles into every line, drinks up every drop of glow, and leaves the face looking parched and dusty by dinner. So we set with mist instead. A few sprays across the face, held at arm's length in a light cross pattern. Left, right, up, down. The mist locks everything you just did into place while keeping the skin looking dewy and alive, lit from within instead of powdered flat. Your makeup lasts through a full workday, a dinner, even a good cry at a wedding, and your face never loses that fresh, just done softness. Set the work, keep the life. That is the rule. And now, number 10. The step almost every woman does first, and it belongs dead last. Foundation. After 30 years in this industry, I will say it plainly. On mature skin, foundation is the final touch, not the first, and you need far less of it than you think. Only where the skin still shows through, usually a little around the nose, the chin, maybe the center of the forehead. But the formula matters just as much as the timing, because most foundations sit on top of mature skin like a coat of paint, and by afternoon, they have oxidized orange and settled into every line we just worked so hard to smooth. This is why the foundation I now reach for is Luxe, the color-changing foundation. The technology inside it reads your skin and adapts to your exact tone as you blend. So there is no guessing at shades and no turning orange by lunch. And instead of sitting on the surface, it melts into the skin and blurs the look of fine lines rather than sinking into them. It works with mature skin instead of fighting it. On my face, it reads as skin, just smoother, more even, more rested. Your skin, but better. And I do not say that about many foundations. It is currently the best selling foundation on Amazon. And honestly, after 3 decades of trying everything, I understand exactly why. One thin layer over everything we built today, pressed in with a damp sponge, and the face in your mirror looks 15 years younger than the one you woke up with. You will find Lux in the description below or scan the QR code on your screen right now. So now you know the full routine. All 10 products in the order that makes mature skin look alive again, from that first press of moisturizer to the foundation that finally goes on last. If you only change one thing after today, make it the foundation, because it is doing the most damage or the most good. The Lux link is still in the description, and the QR code is right there on your screen. It tends to sell out, so do not wait on it. Try this routine tomorrow morning, exactly in this order, and then come back and tell me in the comments how many people asked what you have done differently. I will be here reading every single one.